Hello, my friends. Welcome to another step forward in our journey through the Bible. We are jumping right back into our story in 2 Samuel and 1 Chronicles. We're following the reign of David. When last we popped in, David wanted to build a temple for God, and God said, no, sorry, not you, but one of your sons will. And so we're going to see what David gets up to next. We're in 2 Samuel. We'll be reading chapters 8 and 9, and then we will jump into 1 Chronicles 18. And we are still reading from the Amplified Bible for one more day. And then we'll switch versions or translations on the next read. Okay, so here we go. 2 Samuel chapters 8 and 9. Now it came about after this that David defeated the Philistines and subdued and humbled them, and he took control of Megath-Ammah, the main city, from the hands of the Philistines. He defeated Moab and measured them with a length of rope, making them lie down on the ground. And he measured 2 lengths to choose those to put to death, and 1 full length to choose those to be kept alive. And the surviving Moabites became servants to David, bringing tribute. Then David defeated Hadadezer, the son of Rehob, king of Zobah, as he went to restore his power at the river Euphrates. David captured from him 1,700 horsemen and 20,000 foot soldiers. David also hamstrung all the chariot horses, making them lame, but reserved enough of them for 100 chariots. When the Arameans, or Syrians, of Damascus came to help Hadadezer, king of Zobah, David struck down 22,000 Arameans. Then David put garrisons among the Arameans in Damascus, and the Arameans became his servants and brought tribute. The Lord helped David wherever he went, and David took the shields of gold that were carried by the servants of Hadadezer and brought them to Jerusalem, and from Betah and Berotai, cities of Hadadezer, King David took an immense quantity of bronze. When Toi, king of Hamath, heard of David's defeat of all the forces of Hadadezer, Toi sent Joram his son to King David to greet and congratulate him for his battle and defeat of Hadadezer. For Hadadezer had been at war with Toi. Joram brought him articles of silver, gold, and bronze as gifts, and King David also dedicated these gifts to the Lord, along with the silver and gold that he had dedicated from all the nations which he subdued, from Aram, Moab, the Ammonites, the Philistines, and Amalek, and from the spoil of Hadadezer, the son of Rehob, king of Zobah. So David made a name for himself when he returned from killing 18,000 Arameans in the valley of Salt. He put garrisons in Edom. In all Edom he put garrisons, and all the Edomites became servants to David, and the Lord helped him wherever he went. So David reigned over all Israel and continued to administer justice and righteousness for all his people. Joab, the son of Zeruiah, was commander over the army. Jehoshaphat, the son of Ahilud, was recorder, or the secretary. Zadok, the son of Ahitub, and Ahimelech, the son of Abiathar, were the chief priests, and Sariah was the scribe. Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, was head over both the Kerethites and the Peletites, the king's bodyguards. And David's sons were chief confidential advisors and officials to the king. And David said, is there still anyone left of the house of Saul to whom I may show kindness for Jonathan's sake? There was a servant of the house of Saul whose name was Ziba. So they called him to David, and the king said to him, are you Ziba? He said, I am your servant. And the king said, is there no longer anyone left of the house of the family of Saul to whom I may show the goodness and graciousness of God? And Ziba replied to the king, there is still a son of Jonathan, one whose feet are crippled. So the king said to him, where is he? And Ziba replied to the king, he is in the house of Machir, the son of Amiel in Lodabar. Then King David sent word and had him brought from the house of Machir, the son of Amiel, from Lodabar. And Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, came to David and fell face down and lay himself down in respect. David said, Mephibosheth. And he answered, here is your servant. And David said to him, do not be afraid, for I will certainly show you kindness for the sake of your father Jonathan, and will restore to you all the land of your grandfather Saul, and you shall always eat at my table. Again Mephibosheth lay himself face down and said, "What is your servant that you should be concerned for a dead dog like me?" Then the king summoned Ziba, Saul's servant, and said to him, "I have given your master's grandson everything that belonged to Saul and to all his house. You and your sons and your servants shall cultivate the land for him, and you shall bring in the produce, so that your master's grandson may have food to eat. But Mephibosheth, your master's grandson, shall always eat at my table." Now Ziba had 15 sons and 20 servants. Then Ziba said to the king, "Your servant will do according to everything that my lord the king commands." So Mephibosheth ate at David's table as one of the king's sons. Mephibosheth had a young son whose name was Micah, and all who lived in Ziba's house were servants to Mephibosheth. So Mephibosheth lived in Jerusalem, for he always ate at the king's table, and he was lame in both feet. All right, 1 Chronicles chapter 18. After this, it came about that David defeated and subdued the Philistines, and he took Gath and its villages out of the hands of the Philistines. And he defeated Moab, and the Moabites became David's servants through tribute and gifts. David also defeated Hadadezer, king of Zobah, as far as Hamath, as he went to establish his dominion to the Euphrates River. And David took for him 1,000 chariots, 7,000 horsemen, and 20,000 foot soldiers. David also hamstrung nearly all the chariot horses to make them lame and useless, but left enough for 100 chariots. When the Arameans of Damascus came to help Hadadezer, king of Zobah, David killed 22,000 of the Arameans. Then David put military outposts among the Arameans in Damascus, and the Arameans became David's servants and brought tribute. Thus the Lord helped David wherever he went. David took the shields of gold which were carried by the servants of Hadadezer and brought them to Jerusalem. Likewise from Tibath and from Kun, cities of Hadadezer, David brought a very large amount of bronze, which Solomon later made the bronze sea, the pillars and the utensils of bronze. Then too, king of Hamath heard how David had, they changed the names. It's kind of funny. When too, the king of Hamath heard how David had defeated all the army of Hadadezer, king of Zobah, he sent Hadoram, his son, to King David to greet him and to congratulate him, because he had fought against Hadadezer and had defeated him. For Hadadezer had been at war with Tu, and Hadoram brought all kinds of articles of gold and silver and bronze. King David also dedicated these to the Lord, setting them apart for sacred use, with the silver and gold which he brought from all the nations, from Edom, Moab, the Ammonites, the Philistines, and from Amalek. Also Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, David's half-sister, defeated 18,000 Edomites in the valley of Salt. He put military outposts in Edom, and all the Edomites became David's servants. Thus the Lord helped David wherever he went. So David reigned over all Israel and administered justice and righteousness for all his people. Joab, the son of Zeruiah, was in command of the army, and Jehoshaphat, the son of Ahilud, was the recorder. Zadok, the son of Ahitub, and Abimelech, the son of Abiathar, were the priests, and Shavsha was secretary or state scribe. And Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, was in charge of the Karatites and the Pelethites, David's bodyguards. And the sons of David were chiefs at the king's side. And there we have it, folks. Our reading for May 9th, 2026. Thanks for joining me. And if anyone knows how or why some of the names change, other than maybe they got changed in the telling of the story, telephone and all that, but who knows? The stories are still the same. The names are close, but not quite. It's interesting. I've never noticed that before in all my years reading the Bible. Anyways, I hope I'll catch you on the next one. Until then, take care and bye for now.